Department's Homicide Division and is a familiar face on television, providing details of one murder investigation after another. But now it is Brady himself who is at the center of a major controversy. Monday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is the latest on the probe into an alleged cover-up in the Philadelphia Police Department. A published report this past weekend says that back in February 1998, James Brady was drinking with other officers at this bar in Northern Liberties. Sometime after midnight, the Internal Affairs report states that Brady was stopped by a patrolman, Ricardo Colon, because his unmarked patrol car had a crumpled front end, an inflated airbag, and steam rising out of the engine. Colon said that Brady slurred his speech, couldn't walk steadily, smelled of alcohol, and showed evidence of wetting his pants. Then, according to the report, then Lieutenant Joseph Dilacqua ordered that Brady's car be moved up against an L pillar on Front Street to make it look like Brady had swerved to avoid another vehicle. Brady was not arrested. Had he been charged with drunk driving, he could have been fired. This all happened just a couple of weeks before John Timoney took over as commissioner. He reviewed the case and suspended both Brady and Dilacqua for 20 days. Dilacqua was later promoted to captain, Brady now chief of homicide.
Day one, I believe in redemption, that if you commit even a major infraction, that shouldn't be held against you for the rest of your career.
But District Attorney Lynn Abraham now says she is going to take a hard look at this entire matter. Action News reporter Dan Quayer is live at police headquarters tonight. Dan, how did all this provocative information come to light in the first place?
Well, believe it or not, Jim, this cover-up came to light during a federal civil rights trial last week brought on by a former Philadelphia police officer. The officer was trying to prove that he was forced out of the department for blowing the whistle on illegal or improper behavior by other officers. He lost that federal case, but out of it came this bombshell and others.
If Commissioner Timoney has redemption in his heart, I'd certainly be pleased to receive some of that redemption, because I lost everything.
Former police officer John Leca says his former supervisor, then Lieutenant Joe Dilacqua, already had a dubious history long before he ordered a phony accident be staged to protect Captain James Brady. Back on September 6th of 1996, Leca says an exotic dancer was involved in a serious accident in which her passenger was killed. Leca says he could smell alcohol in the driver's breath and pleaded with Dilacqua to have her breathalyzed. At the time, he was using a tape recorder to document what was going on in the department. This recorded conversation with his supervisor Dilacqua was played in court. Leca says he called accident investigators anyway, and his subsequent breathalyzer found her blood alcohol level to be 0.2, more than twice the legal limit. 6 days later, in yet another case, Leca says he stopped a weaving car in which both male occupants admitted they had been drinking heavily and using cocaine. They were also driving a car with a stolen plate. Leca says Dilacqua ordered him to let the two go anyway and let them drive on home. Dilacqua later denied the incident to IAD investigators, even though the two men in the car said it was so.
We have about 3 incidents at least in where this man has lied during official investigations, and he gets some redemption. All I did is tell the truth.
And he's not the only one. Attorney Gerald Williams has represented other officers who blew the whistle and got in trouble.
This is the latest example of a pattern that's been in that department for a long time and has certainly not changed with the current administration.
Williams says he has learned from representing officers who blew the whistle that the official policy within the department is misconduct should be reported. Unfortunately, he says it is not encouraged, and that is something that he says needs to change. Live at police headquarters in Center City, I'm...
Good to have you with us.